Welcome back. Glad you could take the time to check out my newest video here. This is going to be sort of an update video. I don't think since I put the stuff out here, you've actually had a good look at all of the plants and see how they're doing. It's been about 2.5 months since I put the seeds in the rock wool, and about 5 weeks or so since I brought the plants outside, put them in the Dutch buckets, and they've been growing outside. So I'm going to kind of go through each of the varieties of all the tomatoes, be pretty quick on the peppers and the eggplant, but give you a little update on how tall they are, whether they're fruiting, flowering, some of the mistakes I made, especially on one of the tomatoes, and just give you an overall update of how the garden's going. I think it's going really, really well, and I hope to have some tomatoes here to eat pretty soon. First, let's take a look at some of the things that I've done to the structure to hopefully counteract some of the problems that I saw. I'm pretty sure you can see that this silver conduit here running all the way up, it's kind of at an angle. It's about a 4-inch drop from that end down to this end. And I've attached the feed line, the 1/2-inch feed line, to the top of that. My fear was that we're going to have the nutrient solution hold up in that tube and then cook for hours at a time with this hot sun, and then as soon as the pump kicks in, that hot water is going to be dumped down into the buckets, and that did not seem like a very good idea. I don't know if you've ever had a hose lay out in the sun for several hours, spray it, and you can almost burn your hand. That water is so hot, and I don't want to do that to my roots. So the hope is that with this steep incline, that the water, the nutrient solution, will run back down and back down into the reservoir after it's done feeding. I'm pretty sure it's going to work, but we'll have to wait and see for sure. The other thing I did was sort of put a little tent back here over the reservoir, and I'll show you that a little bit closer here. I've got this piece of plywood here to stop the sun from hitting my reservoir down here. But there was a time in the day when it still hit the back end of it. So I put this panda plastic, black on one side, white on the other, made a little tent over it, and you can see down there it's still nice and shaded. And that's been keeping the temperature pretty much in check. We're at 68 degrees. And it's 4 in the afternoon, so that's not too shabby. So we'll start here on the eggplant. Actually, 2 eggplants here. This is a Prosperosa eggplant. Looking pretty good, lots of real nice leaves. Something's been chowing a little bit. But you can check out here, there's a little flower starting there. And that's a good sign. We'll see how that goes. Check out the purple stems, looking really cool, and the purple veins in the leaves. I don't know, I kind of like that. It's pretty neat. These 2 are my cayenne peppers that I'm growing for my sister who wanted some cayenne peppers, so we got those going. This is the quadroto or something like that pepper, and it's just starting to flower. Looking pretty good. No peppers off of that yet. I got 2 buckets of the Jupiters. There's my first bucket. And the second. And I think they're looking pretty good. Got, as you can see back in there, I've already eaten 1 pepper. Put it on the pizza yesterday. This one's got quite a few peppers going back in there, which is pretty cool. The California Wonders are just starting to flower. These guys here. So hopefully we'll get some peppers out of those pretty soon. So this is the Matina, and it's just about 4 foot tall. It's looking pretty good, flowering pretty nicely, and there's some fruit in here too. You can probably see some of that back in there. Looking pretty good. This is the Marglobe, and it's just starting to flower. It's got some real nice thick stems on it, so I think it's going to do pretty well. The Valencia and it's looking awful good. That too just starting to flower. Oh, and look, there's even a little fruit in there too. That's pretty cool. Yeah, just starting that. The Moscovich, and that is fruiting. Got a couple guys down in here, just starting to show some fruit. The Italian Heirloom, which is, it certainly got some height on it and looking pretty darn good. And I got some fruit in there. This is the Black Crim on this end. It's got some fruit starting in there. These are also Black Crims over on this side. These two. And let's see here. It's definitely got some fruit starting. Getting there. These are a beefsteak, just plain beefsteak. And they are flowering pretty well. The Thessalikis are just starting to flower a little bit, but really nice thick stems on these guys. So I think in the long run they're going to do really well. This is the Stupici, and this guy, I think this is going to be prolific right here. This is what we got started already in here. Not too shabby, but lots and lots of flowers on this. So I think we're really going to see some production out of that one. This is the Mountain Princess, and I made a major mistake on the Mountain Princess. I found out last weekend that this is a determinant, and I had been picking the suckers off it as though it was an indeterminate. So I've quit doing that, and it's bushing out a little bit. There's just starting to fruit a little bit, but in this one I cut off the main stem by accident. Sometimes you get carried away when you're cutting the suckers. You got to be real careful doing that. I found out, learned my lesson. So this new one has come up to replace it, and it's doing pretty well. This is the Italian Gypsy. No, it's the Tomato Gypsy, and that's looking really nice. Got some real thick stems in here. I might have to find some. Wow! Might have to find some bigger clips, because that is getting too big for that clip. I don't want to cut it off. Cut off circulation there. But yeah, just starting to flower, and looking pretty nice. The Marmande, that is just starting to fruit. See some little tomatoes in there. But looking pretty good. Liking it. This is the Castelluto. Nice tall plant. And it is fruiting. Let's see this guy here. That's pretty nice. Yeah, looking all right. The plum lemon, and I think this is going to be pretty prolific as well. The plum lemon got some height to it, and check out back in here. Nice cluster of tomatoes back in there. Another one starting right there. There's quite a few little clusters of tomatoes starting on that one, so that's pretty cool. And then we got the Paul Robesons, these last four. These are the ones that I cloned, and I tell you, they are really kicking butt. Check these guys out right there. I can't even see where the heck I am. Oh yeah. Check those guys out. Nice cluster there. Down there. Got some back there. Some little ones up here starting. And the other plant, there's some starting up top. Got those guys. They're in the back. And these guys have been going for a little while. So yeah, these plants are definitely going to be pretty prolific, and some fantastic tomatoes if memory serves right from last year. Really enjoyed these. This is the Paul Robeson that I had broken off taking out of the tent. Broke off right there. I let this other sucker keep going, and it is starting to flower. And that's going to be just as prolific, I think, as the other three. If you look at some of these stems, you know, not just the tomato gypsy, but they're all pretty stout. And I think that's, you know, compared to the finger, that's going to be beneficial as these go on. I've got the raised beds that I haven't really focused too much on, but I'll give you a quick overview on those. There's a black crim here, the Castelludo over there, and I'm not suckering these off at all. They're just going, but they are definitely growing like crazy. This is the Thessaloniki. I think this is a Valencia. They're definitely going okay, and not a whole lot of flowering and fruiting on these guys yet, but it's dirt. What do you expect? Then boring broccoli and some cauliflower and some Brussels sprouts. That stuff I got from the farmer's market as starts. These guys, these onions, however, most of these onions I started myself, and so, some of them not looking all that great, but it's an experiment. Got a late start on it, and some little carrots going here, and a nice row of beans there too. So thanks a bunch for checking out the video. I think we've made some good progress with the outdoor hydroponics. Looking pretty good overall, and we'll see how things go the next couple of weeks, and hopefully check back in with you soon. Thanks again. See you guys.